Greetings YouTube, LMSTactical here. I'm going to redo a video that I did way back when I first started, and it was kind of a shitty quality, but it's somewhat popular, so I wanted to redo it with a little bit better quality. And basically, I'm going to show a little trick about disassembling a Glock. I'm going to do it first, full speed, and then I'm going to reassemble it. And then I'll go ahead and do a little bit of a discussion, and then we'll go through it slower so that way you can see what I'm talking about. First, I want to verify that the weapon is empty. Okay, no magazine, nothing in the chamber. Okay, you want to work the slide a little bit, make sure. Now that's the thing about the Glock, and there's a reason that some people have issues with the Glock, and we're going to get into that in a second. Okay, so what we want to do is take the web of our hand and just thrust it right very high up on the tang there. And with my 4 fingers, I'm going to grab the slide. And that's what's going on the other side. Okay, I'm going to reach up with my support hand, pull the release levers, release this hand, my strong hand. Then I'm going to pull the trigger, and the weapon comes apart, and then you go ahead and disassemble the rest of it, which I assume you already know how to do that. If not, that'll be another video. So now I'm going to reassemble it, which is no big deal. Just go ahead and we're good to go. Always want to work the slide a couple of times. Okay, so the reason that I'm making this video is that many people, when they're not used to a Glock, they're new Glock people. And sometimes people that have had Glocks for a long time, I've seen them struggle. Many of you know that I'm a firearms instructor, and I'm also a Glock armorer. And I reluctantly became a Glock guy because I always carried a Beretta when I was with the LAPD. And when I finally decided to carry a Glock, or was forced to it by a different agency that I ended up with, I fell in love with them. But I remember always trying to, struggle to, how do I hold the slide back and push these levers, or pull these levers down? It was just a nightmare. So the trick that I'm showing you is this. A child could do this, and this requires no effort at all. Hold your gun in your support hand, your non-gun hand. Open your support hand, or your strong hand, and you're going to push the web here between your pointer and your thumb as high up on the tang as you can, and then you simply bring your 4 fingers around onto the slide of the weapon so that you're holding it just like this. Now, with a very minimal effort, I just push with the thumb and pull back with the 4 fingers. Requires no effort at all. A child could do this. And as you see, I'm holding it. I'm not shaking. I could hold this for an hour if I wanted to. So it takes no effort. And this is the trick. That's the key. Now that leaves my support hand free to pull these levers down and hold them down. Keep them down. Release the 4 fingers. And then this is the controversial thing about the Glock, is you got to pull the trigger. Once you pull that trigger, slide comes off. You go ahead and disassemble it, clean it, do whatever, and when you reassemble the weapon, you just have to rack the slide and everything goes into place. Now, the thing that people that are anti-Glock like to focus on is the fact that you got to pull the trigger to release the slide. It is something that takes a little bit of getting used to, but trust me, it comes down to you being a responsible person and making damn sure that your weapon is unloaded. You can't think you unloaded it. You work the slide a bunch of times before you even start to break it down. Don't have ammunition around you. You have to be robotic and do the same things all the time so that you don't make a mistake. If you set the weapon down and you go to the bathroom, you come back and you think you cleared it, and then you go to pull that trigger, you may end up killing somebody in the next room. It's not worth it. So always, when you lose control of the weapon by setting it down, you shouldn't leave it alone anyways, but let's just say you did, you pick it back up again, you always treat it as if it's loaded. Clear it. I always like to lock the slide back and make sure I digitally check. It took me a while to get used to that, because sticking my finger in there seemed weird, because if the slide went forward, I'd have one hell of a cracked fingernail. But, you know, guns don't do things by themselves. They have to have you help them be stupid. So just don't do it. So, one more time, full speed. Bam, 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 bam. And that's it. That's how fast you can take it apart. It's not complicated. Practice it. You'll love it. And reassembled. That's it. I hope that helps you out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you got something out of this video, leave that in the comment. I'd love to hear it. Feel free to share it. And LMS Tactical, I'm out of here. Stay safe.